I have to say, I have a soft spot in my heart for this one MDB story. I mean,
because he understands it.
Well, I don't know I understand it, but I mean,
you're in a small category of people.
I know.
No, but it's such a huge sort of international scandal, as it were, because they raised a huge amount of money supposedly for a sovereign wealth fund, but it went into a lot of people's pockets buying expensive apartments here in New York and things like that.
Well, and I think that's a really important thing to point out, because as it sort of continues to drip and drop throughout, you have to go back to the idea. $4.5 billion is the amount of money that we're talking about in the fund. And as you say, this really spread all around the world. It touches the U.S. It touches, of course, Swiss bank accounts, because what would a good,
exactly
story be
illicit, money story be without a Swiss?
Movies, Wolf of Wall Street got financed with it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and even yesterday on the Bloomberg, there was a great photo of the authorities holding up these Hermes bags. I mean, and now we come to Goldman bankers. A fancy lunch. I mean, it just gets more and more cinematic.
Well, we know whatever happened to the money, Goldman made a fair amount of fees off of these bonds. And that's really what this story is about. For the first time, I guess, we're reporting there was this lunch at this restaurant in Singapore where they all got together and then they issued some bonds. And pretty quickly, as you say, it showed up in a Swiss bank account.
It was two Goldman bankers, right? And then six clients, right? Six Swiss clients they were trying to pitch at this lunch.
Yeah, no longer Goldman bankers, though.
That is correct. And then as you get further into the story, and this is why this really is a story from a journalistic perspective, a gift that keeps on giving. I mean, you've got a name check of Russell Simmons that comes late in the tale because his former wife is now married to one of these bankers who is involved in this. So the twists and turns are really amazing. But it does go to the heart of like a really big, major financial and political scandal that is not limited to this one country.
You now have a new Malaysian prime minister who said, I want to get to the bottom of it.
Yes. And of course, the former prime minister is at the heart of all of it.